Hey, how are you? Welcome to this day six. I was going to say five, I don't know why. Yeah, this day six of the Global Hack Week cloud version of this. So we have a couple of comments here from GDO Ratate. Says we are here. Amazing. Thank you for joining. And from the great Malik saying hi Alberto. Hi. So um, how's the day for you? Here in Mexico City we have a very cold day. I'm wearing this jacket because of that. Um, so what time is it for you? For many, I think should be the half of the day, like 12. I don't know if it is PM or AM. I think it's AM, right? Well, past that, but yeah, I always get confused by if the 12 in the morning it's the morning, you know, or the other it's like half day. I think yeah, I think right now it should be like in the morning and the other one should be noon. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, the time zones are always difficult. Hey Alberto, there is a problem with schedule. What's the problem? Um, w- Thanks for sharing. Let me know what the problem is so we can fix it. For me, it's 9:35. Great. So for me, it's 10:06. For you, it's PM. So very late. Thanks for being here. Did you join Sagar's streams? I think those were great. I mean, I was sleeping, but I see the start of the second one, and I think that was really cool. Coco Sensei 27, sorry, says hello, hello. So let me start sharing my screen. Today I'm going to be running this solo. So welcome to this day six of the Global Hack Week. Let me introduce myself. I'm Alberto, your happy Mexican coach from the Middle Hacking, and I'm passionate about coffee. You know, if you want to talk anything related to coffee, here I am. I'm a photography enthusiast. I really like to take photos about architecture because I love the shapes, the shadows drawing the buildings, like the sun and everything. That's my favorite. I really love it. And I'm a current keyboard user. What does that mean? And why I wanted to talk about that? Because yesterday I was creating my, well, not creating, I have a layout. A layout is how you configure your keyboard to um, have the keys, like what's the position, because in that keyboard I don't have like the QRT normal distribution. I use Dvorak, which is different. For example, for those ones who don't know what I'm talking about, let me start sharing my screen second. um, and I think this will be very interesting for many of you. Okay, share screen allowed. Here it is. This is the current keyboard. It's a split keyboard, and you have, I think it's 36 keys in total. So as you see here, for example, this one has the QRT distribution. You have like the regular keys and everything, but you have, for example, numbers and arrows. Well, that's a lie. You do have them, but you have them in different how to say on a different level for saying something. So with one key, you change like the levels. So in the first level, you have like regular letters. Then you change to the number letters, for example, and then you change to the special characters or sample letters, for example. So yeah, that's how this works, with layers of different things in the keys. Mine, it's something like this. Um, like this, for example. Yeah, this is pretty similar to mine. Actually, I don't have like the key right on the keycap. I just remember it by memory, I think, of using. And the layout I use, it's Zubrek. And yesterday I was configuring because I needed to change some things. I wanted to add some macros and shortcuts. And well, I have to say I use QM key. Firmware, and it is harder than I remembered, and they changed a lot of things from the last time I done this. And yesterday I was just like insane having to learn all those stuff again. But yeah, that's a good topic if you want to talk about it later. So that's about me. Hey Alberto, there's a problem with the schedule. Your last class, Prime Bridge from Hero Zero to Hero Part One, was on 7:30 p.m. IST time. Came to join, but it was not started. I thought you were late. Then came on Discord. I'm sad that you messaged to join in 5 minutes at 8:30 a.m. Let me check that about the IST schedule, because I checked the schedule for ET time, and it was correct. All of the schedules, all of my classes except for one are scheduled to be at night, 11 p.m. ET time, 9 p.m. For me. I think I'm on CST -2. But again, time zones are very confusing sometimes. So let me check that, and I will make the changes after this stream. But just to be clear, today's session for Firebase from Zero to Hero Part Two will be. Oh, I see someone tagged me on Discord. I will check that in a second. But yeah, all my classes are 9 p.m. Sorry, 11 p.m. ET time. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and an extra that will be part three, which is going to be 2 p.m. ET time, tomorrow Wednesday. But today, Tuesday, it's 11 p.m. ET time, which translates to, let me check, ET to IST. Okay, it's supposed to be 8:30 a.m. IST time. Um, okay, yeah, I see it. You're right. On the schedule page, it's wrong. Um, Global Hack Week. Oh, and for those one who are new in Global Hack Week, you can check all the information and everything related here in this great link. So it's very simple, GHW.mlh.io, and you can check the agenda, the challenges, and everything, right? So, oh, if you missed the class, don't worry, there's the recording, and you can always watch it. And thanks for being on top of that. Let me see the schedule for this. And yes, there is a mistake. I think. Okay, in the global Hack Week page, it's wrong. I mean, it's the wrong time. But once you click it and you enter to the Maily hacking events page, the one starting with event.mlh.io, there is the correct schedule. So thanks, Malik, for sharing that. I will ask them to change them. Thank you. Um, we have many other messages from Coco Sensei. Hello, Hardboy23. Hello, Spaghetti. Says hi. Nesta 152 says hi. What did I miss? Who broke the keyboard? No, it's not broken. Actually, it's very great to use it in a separate hand, one keyboard. I just love it. I think I don't hurt my hands working all day in the computer. But yeah, you also in AST? Yep. Doing any cloud project? Well, we're building a cloud project. Sorry, I just my computer blipped a little, but yeah, we're building a project for Firebase. If you want to join us today, for example. Um, so let's continue. How was yesterday? The great question, right? So you got to start with Docker with Sagar. You build this for the part three, but I have great news for you. You also had the part two yesterday, I think, and you joined me hacking with Firebase, and we built. Actually, this part one was very cool because we get the chance to explore like the full tool, why Firebase, why it was great, and we started coding a little, but the time didn't help us a lot. So today we're continuing with part two. No worries. You can always watch the recording. And thanks for wanting to be there. But yeah, I watched the recording later today, and at night, well, night for me, we will be continuing developing this Firebase. We will be adding authentication, hosting, cloud functions, the Fiserv, and some other things to a very simple project, but very illustrative. So see you there. And what's happening today? Well, again, you can always watch this on ghw.mlh.io/schedule. And first, we have Carrie joining at Cloud Technologies in Mobile Apps Part 4. So if you missed previous three parts, again, you can always watch the recordings there on YouTube. And here's at 5 p.m. ET time and 2:30 a.m. IST time. So I know for many of you will be very early. So don't don't push yourself too hard. There's the recording for that. Then again, me Firebase from zero to hero at 11 p.m. 8:30 a.m. AST time. So see you there. Building Docker images and publishing artifacts with Docker with Saga, part two. So yeah, I mentioned before part two already happened, but I think I was mistaken. This is the part two coming. I may be confused by the other stream. Yeah, yeah. Because the first one was clock with your web app Mern. Yeah, and the second one was this Docker one. So sorry, I confused it. But here it is. I encourage you to attend building Docker images and publishing artifacts with Sagan at 4 a.m. ET time or 1:30 p.m. IST time. I think a better time for many of you here. Then again, Sagar with a Bob Ross Paint mini event. So it's great opportunity to join him and just chill a little. I really love the Bob Ross mini event because you have chance just to calm down, relax, and breathe a little from these uh, very busy days, right? So if you have any question, if you have anything you like to know about, I don't know, the merely hacking, the global hack week, the coffee, photography, why the keyboard was broken, I don't know. Let's just chat a little, right? Take the opportunity to to talk a little with me, to get of your head any idea you may have, any question they might be bugging you. I don't know. Let's start with that. So let me make my screen a little bigger. Which coffee do you use? I try to taste or to try different, very different. There is a cafeteria where I live that has a very good variety, but very good. I mostly drink coffees from Mexico. Like in Mexico, we have really, really good coffee. Um, Sometimes there's this debate where the Colombian coffee is the greatest. Um, I don't know. I think I haven't tried many of them to say yeah they are definitely better. But I do like much the Mexican coffee. I have tried Colombian. I have tried Japanese. I have tried um, one from Kenya, I think. Yeah, there's a part in Africa. There's a ring of coffee in the world. That it means some regions around the world, like forming a ring that produces coffee. There, it's very good. Um, I can't remember the other regions, but I have tried those. But again, mostly I drink Mexican coffee because again, it's cheaper. Imagine having to import coffee from the other half of the world, like from, for example, the Japan one. Yeah, a worldwide coffee trip will be very good. I will love it, but I will have to pay for that. I don't think that will be cheap. But yeah, I would say that from Mexico, my favorite coffee at the moment it's from Oaxaca, and a variety that I just tried. It's Pacamara. It has really rich flavor with notes of fruit. I like the coffee very fruity. Like I don't like the washed coffee. I like naturals. Do you think Java is better suited for the cloud? I would say that, in my opinion, there are many support for a lot of languages, and talking about cloud, it depends. Like if you want to build on top of the cloud, or you want to use tools from the cloud. Um, and if you want to build for the cloud, like if you want to create infrastructure and those kind of things, I think Java, C, Shell scripting, those low level languages are great, and well, you can do amazing things with them. It depends again in the kind of infrastructure you want to build, but I don't think there's many support for Java projects from the cloud, which is funny, right? Because you build things in Java and C and the other low language level languages, but you just give support for high level languages, right? Like JavaScript and Python and things like that. Python is fast, for example. Again, don't fight too much about which language is best. The thing here is that there are languages that fits better for specific scenarios. And again, the silly example of if you want to do native mobile development, like for iOS, there's Swift, and you can do it with any other thing. If you don't want to be native, you want to be hybrid. There's JavaScript, Python, and other languages. Dart, I think now it's very popular. Flutter. Um, but there is only one way to do it native, which is C. Sorry, Swift. I was thinking of Objective C. I don't know why, but yes, here, for example, Python is fast, but for DSA, use CVP. Here, great emoji coming from the author of the question, Coco Sensei. So yeah, take it like that. There are better languages that fits better for specific things, but there is no supreme language that can do it everything, right? Except for JavaScript. Um, but it's like that. Any other question you may have? The thing about coffee, it is very interesting if you want to dive more deeply. Um, and with languages too. I mean, we're here trying to talk about cloud, right? By the way, it's nine earring. Oh, thank you. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of a cool fact about cloud. Hmm, what could be it? To be honest, for example, if you're new to this web developing world or programming at all, I was having this conversation with a colleague of mine from school that was saying, I like to program. And the just that sentence, I like to program or learn how to program, has a lot of implications. And I asked him, like, okay, what do you like to program? And he was like, I have no idea, like, I don't know, I just like to learn how to program. And I told him, like, yeah, but there's a very big picture there. You can program, for example, mobile. You can program video games. You can program web. You can program IoT. You can program data science. You can program, well, a very very huge world, right? And for example, in my opinion, I will include cloud inside the web developing, right? Because that's why we're doing this. Um, and inside web, you have front end, back end, and this third that no one talks this a lot, which is, for example, DevOps, right? So there's DevOps roles. What does that mean? What's the obligation, like the things that our DevOps needs to do? Well, they need to know how to use Docker, how to manage the servers, how to deploy things, and make complicated things. Um, but if you want to do it just by your own, like, let's think you're a one person company, because many of the companies that are started like that with one or two, maybe three people, but they are not dividing roles, like you're doing front, I'm doing back, and someone else is doing DevOps. It's like, okay, you're doing accountability, I'm doing marketing, and that guy, that IT guy, that does the rest, right? uh, um, you can help. You can find help trying to do this stuff, like do it manually, managing the connections, like how a server controls the, how to say this, like the charge of the server. If if it needs more RAM, more processing, more storage, how you can program defaults for not use that much memory if the application doesn't require it, um, how you program the server to act in certain scenarios. That's complicated stuff, and well, for me, it's very complicated, and I haven't find easy way to learn it because there are a lot of certifications. For example, the thing with cloud is that you need to choose a tool and you need to be very good at that tool, right? So there are cloud practitioners for Google, for example, or AWS or IBM or Azure and everything, and they do certifications and they do a lot of things. But I think that if you enjoy that, that could be a really good career part. For me, in my case, I don't enjoy that much, so I would like to learn more about other stuff, but still being able to manage my own servers. That's why I think serverless, between quotes, products, serverless services are really really good, like Firebase, like the App Engine from Google Cloud, like Burst, like Heroku, like all those stuff that helps you manage cloud things that are necessary for most of the projects you may want to use, because let's face it, the cloud is like where all the stuff lives in this future. But the companies gives you the advantage of not having to worry about a lot of stuff that in the past was really complicated, like setting up your server, like a dedicated host, like a dedicated server for your company. You have to know about network connections and all that stuff, and balance the connections, and again, things that are really complicated. um, but that's the two worlds. I will recommend you that if you want to learn cloud and that's a career you're interested in, go ahead, dive deep into the certifications, into the all learning of the cloud. If you do not, just learn the basics like me, learn the how that things works, and get the tools from the companies that allows you to make those kind of things without having to worry about all the complicated stuff. Great. I wanted to talk about that. Hello, Alberto. Where to practice the SA from MAA Ang companies? Um, I will need you to tell me what that is, like DSA. Let me try to Google to see if how I have an idea. Digital signature algorithms. That's what you mean? And now I'm checking what Manc companies are. I mean, Fanc companies, I recognize it, but Manc companies, it's like just changing the Facebook for Meta. Oh, I feel so old for asking that. The truth is, um, I never applied for fan companies. I never wanted to do an internship, but that's a career path I choose. If you want to do it, like I'm assuming Manc companies is just the same as fan, just changing the Facebook F from my Meta M. Um, but where to practice? I would say lead code. There's one called Omega Up, and I use a lot. Here I got my algorithm practitioners: HackerRank, LeetCode, Omega Up, and Exorcism. Those four I've tried, and they are so cool. Let me share. LeetCode, Omega Up, HackerRank, and Exorcism. Yeah, those are great if you want to practice algorithms. When will the challenge end? Okay, the challenge has deadline. Um, oh, I think it depends on the challenge. Mm, Okay, yeah. I think it depends on the challenge. So I will ask you to go to Discord and ask, and maybe someone from the team can better answer that because I am not so sure. Thank you for the question though, and I will ask internally to see if they reply sooner, and I will post it on Discord. Thank you. Um, I want to complete the whole challenges, and that's a great motivation. And well, some other funny, funny emojis. Well, I think if nothing else is in your mind, we are ready to go for this Global Hack Week Day 6. And I will see you in the night, right? If you want to join me, of course, for the Firebase from Zero to Hero class. If you don't, well, always the recording to watch. And well, there are again many other sessions for today that will be very interesting. Join Curry and join Saga, right? I want to always thank you. So, see you in the next session, and that's it for today. Bye.